So good evening and welcome to this very important event that we are having today. Thank you very much for making time to come together under one roof as we mark a milestone in our company, ANDURA. I know that you guys have had to close your shops very early today in order to make time to rush here for this very special occasion, and we thank you for that. Highly grateful. You've got customers walking in and you've had to close early for this particular event. Let me also take time and thank the members of our team that are joining us virtually today. Thank you very much, team. We really appreciate. The month of October will always occupy a special place in our hearts. This is a month that ushered us into a new era in our pursuit of a vision to build something that will outlive all of us, a vision to create a company that will always endeavor to give direct and indirect opportunities to a lot of people for years and generations to come. This is a vision that will build communities, inspire generations, and change many lives. We meet today at our Angelfish branch on this day, which on this day last year was just a vision. It was just a dream. It did not exist on this day last year. In fact, this time last year in 2020, our entire business was nothing but a dream and a vision. It was on this day, 1 October 2020, that we officially announced our intention to launch our hardware business, ANDURA Hardware. We went all out on social media with our brand identity and announced to the world that we were going to launch ANDURA Hardware, a retailer of hardware items, DIY tools, and building essentials. And we said we would be selling directly to physical, walk-in customers, and also through our e-commerce website. When all this was announced, believe it or not, we did not even have money to buy displays, let alone stock. We had an idea, a vision, and a logo. We had a garage space we had asked to rent and had not paid rent at the time. In fact, when we went in public to announce our intention to open ANDURA Hardware, Mr. Malvin and I were working from my home office, putting together structures, processes, and systems for the company that did not exist. 2 weeks before this day in 2020, I had approached Mr. Malvin and presented the vision of the company to him. I told him what the intentions were and what the potential was. He did not hesitate. He believed in the vision when it was just an idea. He saw beyond the idea. He possibly saw something that I did not see, even myself. I think so because in the same week, he went to his then employer and humbly tendered his resignation. And he informed me after doing this. Now, I was very emotional when he told me that he had resigned from his job because of the conversation we had had. I was very emotional when he told me that he left his job for this vision. I knew then that I can't afford to fail. I knew then that I couldn't afford to let him down. I immediately asked him to come and work from my home office every single day until we were finally able to open the shop. We worked very hard every working day, the whole month of October, in my home office, putting together the structures, the systems, the processes that we enjoy today. ANDURA stands today because of that hard work that was crafted in my home office when we didn't even have a structure to operate from. We were contacting suppliers and manufacturers of the products that we intended to sell. And we were putting together a comprehensive list of the suppliers that we were going to work with as we built the company. We were researching every single day, researching everything there is to find out about running a business and also running a retail business, because you would understand, none of us knew exactly what it takes to run a retail business. As a business, we are forever grateful to Mr. Malvin for believing in the vision and trusting the process, even when it was not safe to do so. Late October came, and we still didn't have enough to open the shop with, but we decided to take the leap of faith and open the shop anyway. And we did so with empty shelves and just displays on the wall. We've had challenges over the past year. People have come and gone already, but I'd like to focus on the good and the positive. It is from the good and that positive that we get motivation to keep looking at the bigger picture and move towards a bigger vision. 2021 came with blessings of its own. The company was looking to strengthen its management and leadership, and a few calls were made, again led by Mr. Malvin, making all the calls as we were trying to look for a person that would strengthen our leadership and also strengthen our management in the company. And a leader extraordinaire, a man who possesses all the traits of a visionary, traveled overnight from KwaZulu-Natal to Gauteng for an interview. The interview, which was intended to be robust, turned into a learning growth session for both the interviewees, the interviewer, myself and Mr. Malvin, and the interviewee, who was then to join the company. A wonderful session that we had, robust, but also just turned into a learning session. And that was the time when we were speaking to our very own Mr. Nsindiso. What a guy. What a guy. Mr. Nsindiso did not only come into the business to operate at the level we were operating in, but he ushered us into a new era in our business. Within 2 months of joining the business, we saw a drastic change in our business, to a point where we were even able to open our second branch. And his contribution to that process was second to none. He knows and understands the vision of the company, and he has visions for the company as well. Long story short, the collective efforts of both Mr. Malvin and Mr. Nsindiso have given birth to the branch we are at today. And I have no doubt in my mind that they will continue to lead us to greater heights with more and more opportunities. When the vision is big enough, it is always important to get on board a team of high-level thinkers, leaders and visionaries in their own rights. And those are the people we have in our very own Mr. Tsikaro and Mr. Courage, who joined us when we opened the second branch of ANDURA Hardware. You have been extraordinary from day one, and we look forward to building this empire with you, Mr. Tsikaro, and you, Mr. Courage. As we continue to grow and build this company, it will constantly be important to get on board people that will stop at nothing to grow this business. And we are humbled to have Mr. Banele Mabanga and Ms. Charlotte Zondo joining us virtually today. These are highly experienced and skilled individuals who have recently come on board to handle high-level projects in the company. They will handle a strategic division of the company that is going to scale up on its own to greater heights. I am highly excited about this division and the team responsible for it. By this time next year and over the next 5 years, we will be telling a beautiful and inspiring story about ANDURA in general and this division in particular. And that is all thanks to Mr. Banele Mabanga and Ms. Charlotte Zondo, who will be very instrumental in the success of this particular division. Talking about 5 years, and where do we actually see ourselves in the next 5 years? We see ourselves in 5 years as a competitive brand in the hardware space and other spaces we will tap into as we stumble across opportunities. Yes, we will take our hardware retailer, the DIY tools and building essentials business to greater heights. No doubt, we will make it a brand to be reckoned with. But we will not only limit ourselves to one industry and one business model. We will diversify and introduce subsidiaries of the company that will also take over their own industries. We will strengthen our portfolio in different spaces, and we will do that by acquiring other businesses. We will do that by buying shares of other high potential enterprises, and we will also build other businesses from scratch. Think Amazon, Amazon Web Services, Amazon Pay, Amazon Prime, Amazon Music, and the list goes on. Now, think Alibaba, Alibaba Cloud, Alipay, AliExpress, Ali Music, Ali Health, and the list goes on. Let's bring it home to South Africa. In fact, let's think Bidvest, Bidvest Bank, Bidvest Insurance, Bidvest Life, Bidvest Logistics, Bidvest Laundry Group, Bidvest Catering Services, Bidvest Protea Coins, and the list goes on and on and on. It is our vision to create a company of the future, a company that will take on industries and grow to a competitive level, and in some instances to a point where we dominate industries. It is our vision to create a company that will be listed on Africa's biggest stock exchange. With ANDURA Hardware specifically, it is our vision to create a company that will be in the top 10 of Africa's largest hardware companies by 2030. And most importantly, it is our vision to create a company that will be one of the biggest employers in South Africa, in Africa and beyond. Now, while you think of all these great companies and their subsidiaries, as mentioned earlier, think growth, think multiplier, and think opportunities, especially for those that believed in the vision and contributed to its growth. And that is you guys. While you think of these companies, think growth, multiplier, and opportunities. It will always remain a dream of mine to see everybody that believes in the vision of this company in its inception stages leading in the top executive positions when the company becomes the success that it is destined to be. It will always be a dream of mine for all of you guys and all of us here to be leading divisions of this company when it becomes the success that it is destined to be. And that is because you guys believed in the vision of it when it was not safe and fashionable to do so. You believed in the company when it was still starting. It is my dream to see all of you lead divisions of this company in years to come. In fact, The company itself that we all work for now is registered as just ANDURA Pty Ltd. That is in order to leave a room for all possibilities and opportunities that are yet to come. ANDURA Hardware is a subsidiary of ANDURA. The bigger company, the mother of all the companies, is ANDURA. ANDURA Hardware in its existence right now is just a subsidiary. There's more room and more opportunities that exist in the future under the umbrella company. Here is another interesting fact. Both ANDURA Hardware, and now the newly formed division, ANDURA Special Projects, they all don't have a CEO, a CFO, a COO, CMO, and all these executive positions. We don't have them yet. All these positions are open for you to step up to them and lead. All these big positions are open for all of you to step up to them and lead. Many other positions that will arise over the coming years are up for grabs. First, by you as the team that's working tirelessly to grow this business, and they are available for you to step in and grow them. Everybody that comes in after this must and needs to be under your leadership, and you guys need to step up and take this business forward and occupy all these positions that are up for grabs. I only occupy the position of the executive chairman, and that is a position I intend to occupy for as long as we run this business. The CEO of the business will need to come from this team. The CEO of this business will need to step up to the challenges of the business and ensure that we take this business forward. The CFO, the CMO, even if it means you need to take up courses, expand on your education, take some short courses, some university degree, whatever it takes to prepare yourselves for the positions that are coming in this company. Here's another interesting fact, especially about the founders of the company, the companies that I was making examples of. Jeff Bezos was 30 years old when he started Amazon. Jack Ma was 34 years old when he started Alibaba. Brian Joffe was 41 years old when he started the Bidvest Group. All of us gathered here today, we are below the age of 33. All of us are below the age of 33. We have so much potential. We have the rest of our lives ahead of us. We have what it takes to come together, united for a common goal, and build something that will inspire. Ours is an inspiring story of hope, perseverance, resilience, and hard work. This is a long-term journey, and we are in it for the long haul. No shortcuts, no greed, no instant gratifications. Just pure hard work, smart work, and believing in the possibilities of the future. And we're going to do that as if our lives depend on it. Why? Because it does. It is in our best interest to give the company our utmost best, as if our whole lives depend on it. Why? Because it does. It is in our best interest to always open our eyes and our ears to look for opportunities that can contribute to the growth of this business, and to do that as if everything depends on the success of this business. And you know why? Because it does. This business is not, has never been, and will never be a one-man show. This is our business. It belongs to all of us. Our dedication to this business is key for its growth and our personal growth. It's going to be very important to stay energized, give this business our all, and we will win. I want to end with a quote from one of my favorite business people of all times, Mr. Vusi Thembekwayo. Talking about the journey of entrepreneurship, he said, it's gonna be much harder than you think. It's gonna take much longer than you think. And you are gonna suffer much more than you expect. But there will be nothing worth it more. It's gonna be much harder than you think. It's gonna take much longer than you think. And you are going to suffer much more than you expect. But there will be nothing worth it more. This is year one of our journey, but it feels like day one. And with the forever changing world, we will always treat every day as if it's day one. ANDURA hardware. Let's build.
Let's build.
Thank you. Guys, I really feel everything that we do here contributes to a bigger vision that we've always had for the business. A lot of businesses have failed in their first year. A lot more other businesses are going to fail before they reach the third year. Even more businesses will fail before reaching the 5-year mark. If we do not innovate, if we do not come up with strategies and ways and ideas that will take us to the promised land, we will fall part of the statistics. But as I stand here in front of you today, I refuse to make ANDURA one of the statistics of businesses that started and failed. And I believe that it is in the hearts of all of you that you want to see the success of this business. You want to see the company building subsidiaries, companies on companies, taking over companies after companies, and growing its portfolio to the greater heights that it deserves to go to. We will make this company a company that will inspire. Where we are starting now may look like the business is taking from us, but that is what it's supposed to do in order to prepare us physically, mentally, emotionally for the life ahead. You would know that Malvin, me and you would always say, God can turn things around in a split second. Things will turn around for this business. It's only been 1 year. And if we continuously treat it like it's still day one, we will always be hungry and ready for what is possible the next day. Let us continue to grow this business. Let us continue to build this business. Our motto will always remain, let's build. Because that is what we do on a daily basis. When we show up, we make sure that we build. When we step up, we make sure that we build. This company is going to build communities, it's going to build generations, and it's going to inspire. And I ask you today, the same way you have believed in the vision before it reached a year old, if you keep that vision for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years, 30 years, we will build a company that will change lives and change not only ours, because our lives is just ours. We need to look beyond, find beyond, on how many other lives can we change. Can we take this business to be this small today to make it one of the biggest employers in South Africa, and not only feed the 5, 6, 7 families that it feeds today, but feeds 5,000, 100,000, 500,000 families in years to come. Let's stay the course. Let's walk the journey. It's going to be a long one, but we will win. Thank you very much.